an organization that began 20 years ago with an ambitious vision for the Illinois Muslim community. What started out as just an idea in 1992 has turned into a leading organization that helps shape the Islamic identity every day. The Council of Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago has become one united voice and a partner and friend to millions. This is the CIOGC, recognizing 20 years of extraordinary service. The CIOGC is a multitasking group. On any given day, the Council faces different challenges and many tasks.
Representative Walsh comments about the threat of Muslims among us are racist and hateful.
I would just like to say that we are here today to tell our senators and representatives that we need to increase the amount of learning, religion, and community facilities in our Muslim community.
Please help me welcome our beloved Cardinal Group.
There's some kind of, certain characteristics or things that I can use to educate others. I'd be glad to take that along and continue the role of trying to move forward.
For us to truly understand the CIOGC in its present form, we must first understand how it all began. It was 20 years ago when a small group of Muslim leaders came together at a hotel in Oak Brook to voice various concerns and challenges American Muslims face every day and how to unify all Muslims.
The discussion that took place determined whether there was a need for a Council of Islamic Organizations. And after a 2-hour dinner and discussion, the conclusion was, yes, there is a need.
We were able to crystallize the purpose and objective of our meeting, develop the structure, develop the bylaw, develop the rules, and there was a brainstorm. It was excellent.
There are a multitude of organizations in the Chicago area. So it was very important to get their buy-in and association with the CIOGC for it to continue.
Before the council, we used to depend in that branch of activity on individual effort.
Some form of unity and coordination to achieve maximum efficiency internally and also to represent the Muslims to the outside world and speak on their behalf and push their issues was very much needed.
And as the saying goes, the rest is history. The Council of Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago was formed. The founding members also knew the key to a long, enduring, and vibrant organization will depend on developing strong, lasting relationships with interfaith groups and religious institutions.
We are part of this society at large, and as Muslims we need to get involved. After all, we are commanded in the Quran to reach out to others, and it certainly became quite evident that that need was there.
Islam looks to the good of everyone, and you see that manifested in all kinds of initiatives that the Council has taken. And sometimes we can cooperate in those very practical ways, the anti-violence initiatives to help the poor positively, and sometimes we do them separately, but we know what is going on, and I'm very grateful for it.
Council is a supreme job for outreach to the neighborhood and also the community. The United Methodist Church celebrate our relationship in such an active outreach presence. For example, that when we really fight for the immigration issue or undocumented people, how are we going to advocate it? And we've been there together.
The Council was on the fast track of meeting the objectives its founders set out for. But one single event almost 10 years after its inception derailed the Council and every single Muslim in the world.
Attack on America, a special edition of NBC Nightly News. Terrorists declare war on the United States.
On September 11th, the news on the radio indicated there was something going on. When I arrived at work, all the executives were watching a television screen, and we were there, many of us aghast, some with tears in our eyes. I had a role to play as the council's leader. I excused myself and went into my office, made some phone calls so that we would have some deliberation amongst the council's leadership. and immediately started working on a press release. I realized we had to be prepared as we found out more and more about who the attackers were.
All the Muslims were quite concerned. Several Muslims had started to wonder whether they should continue to use their Islamic names like Muhammad and Ahmad or change them. And the girls were concerned whether to wear scarves or remove the scarves.
Thank God there was an entity like Council of Islamic Organization which can articulate a response on behalf of Muslims, advise Muslims what they need to be doing, and connect with media and our neighbors and law enforcement. So suddenly a role came into being which seems the organization was designed for.
We gathered in November in Navy Pier, a significant number in support of the Muslim community and support in living together, and telling them that the Muslims are no different from other communities. They care about the community at large and they care about their children, their job.
Charity Without Fear is one of the most important campaigns undertaken by the Council.
When Muslim charities were being killed right and left, or raided and disbanded without any due process of law, Council stood up. We worked with our partners. We went to Springfield, and Springfield General Assembly and Senate passed a resolution, Charity Without Fear being a rights of Muslims. This is the only state in the United States which has done it.
There was a lot of mutual suspicion. Our community was suspicious of the FBI and the police. At the same time, the other side also had suspicion about the Muslim community, especially after 9/11.
Training of the police officers. This is like a sensitivity training that I believe every police department in every city needs to have, because they need to know when they enter the mosque what etiquettes we follow and what protocols we Muslims have.
I think the council is doing a great job by training sessions, by engaging more events, by inviting more officials to the events that are taking place by the council or regular institutions as members of the council, and at the same time demand that we are respected and dealt with as a trusted member of the American community.
For many American Muslims, life after 9/11 became a time of challenge and hardship. Nonetheless, the Muslim population continued to grow in the U.S., including the state of Illinois. The natural growth led to the expansion of new mosques across the state, but obstacles surfaced before any attempt to break ground.
We are growing, and it's natural for any growing faith community to build new institutions. Islamophobia is present, unfortunately, and we know that there's a lot of misunderstanding about Islam.
CIOGC participation was so crucial in getting a construction permit for the Mecca organization in the DuPage County.
The Council was able and continues to be recognized as a credible presence in representing the community's interests in these issues.
CIOGC must stand up to Islamophobia, to bigotry, to any kind of statements that are made by anyone that hurts the image of Muslims and Islam.
We represent 60+ member organizations, and many of them are telling us that we really care about what's happening in Chicago. We really care about what's happening in the state of Illinois. We care about taxes, we care about healthcare, we care about education, we care about domestic violence, we care about the epidemic of obesity, and we'd like the council to reflect that. So when you go and talk with our policymakers, or when you build bridges with civic partners and with faith partners, then we would like you to focus on these issues. That's why Illinois Muslim Action Day reflected that change in the mindset of our community, that this is our home, we need to focus on what's happening in our neighborhoods.
Chicago has the highest youth homicide rate in the country. Too many of these children who are killed and who are the killers are disenfranchised children who have been thrown away by our society. And we, as people of faith, have a responsibility to come to the aid of these children before they commit a crime.
I think the council is what the community want to make out of it. You look at the council as more of a painting. The brush is the hand of everyone who wants to be part of that effort. and the colors are every mosque, every school, every institution that is out there. Everyone has his own unique color, how things fade in, fade out. So together we can paint what we want for ourselves as a Muslim community in the future.
I would like to see Muslims being represented as part of the American fabric of society and Islam recognized as a mainstream religion.
The ability to have councils such as the Chicago Council of Islamic Organizations in different regions across the nation and then pulling them all together under one larger federation of Islamic organizations so that collectively the Muslim Americans have a voice. I think we'll be doing our community and America a great service.
Whether you are in the traffic committee in your mosque or the chairman of the largest organization of Chicago, the goal is the same, which is satisfying your God and serving your community.
This is our democracy, this is our government, and indeed we are in our house. So please rise up, go out there and march, be excited, and come back here empowered as Muslims.
What makes CIOGC effective begins with so many extraordinary people who have dedicated their heart and soul to the Council's cause to unite, its vision to progress. In addition, relentless pursuit to preserve the values and ideas that was instilled by the founders and the chairman, inshallah, for many years to come.
This is the true embodiment of Islam, to demonstrate in action that we genuinely care about what's happening in our neighborhoods, in our cities, and to our neighbors. This is the true embodiment of the Holy Quran.
Congratulations to the Council of Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago on its 20th anniversary. I congratulate the leaders, the volunteers, and the community on a tremendously successful organization which has huge success ahead of us.
I am thankful of your leadership and your presence and your own struggle. We will continue, and congratulations of your anniversary.
Have been with the Council since its initiation, and congratulations on the 20th anniversary. Looking forward for future 20 years with younger generation leadership and more effective council.
Congratulations to all of the previous chairs. They have done an excellent job in shepherding the organization to this level. Each chair has moved it forward significantly. So at this stage, the council has reached a higher level than any of us would have expected at the time of its formation. Again, many congratulations.
Hey, Mubarak and congratulations to all of you. You are the one who have built this organization, and I am happy that you did that, and I am thankful that we were partners.
I'd like to congratulate all the members of the council as individuals and a community, all the supporters of the council, all the past president, current and future president, and wish success to all the future generation, future presidents, and we're behind you.
I would like to thank all the founders from the bottom of my heart for creating this wonderful organization called CIOGC.
A lot of our African brothers and sisters that I've met through CIOGC, they connect you to the African continent. So I just really see the consciousness being raised that we have a responsibility, that no one is alone, that we're all connected, and the only way we're all going to make it on this planet is that we learn how to live together. Like Dr. King said, we either learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools.
20 years of tremendous progress and excellent growth, and we look forward for another 20 years of even better achievements.
My own spiritual life has been enriched by the relationships that I have been able to have with the people from CIOGC.
I consider the council still in the growing process, waiting for the younger generation to participate in it. And I'm looking forward for their input, for their activity, for their idea, and for their support. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with you, and jazakumullah khairan.
We congratulate ourselves on the 20th anniversary. I am sorry that I will not be able to be at that moment. I'll be in Hajj and visiting my family, but you know you will be in our prayers. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This 20th anniversary of the Council, I wish you well, and a happy anniversary, and assure you of our continued friendship as we go forward together with the help of God in the ways that we understand His will for all of us.
It's been a fruitful 20 years. We accomplished a lot as a community, as a Council of Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago. The challenges are huge at the local level, at the national level, and at the international level. And this Council can be the model for other Muslim organizations to follow. Again, congratulations, and hopefully we can celebrate not only the 20th anniversary of the Council, but the 50th anniversary and the 100th anniversary and the 200th anniversary of the Council of Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago.